Now we're rolling. Dear listener, we were probably about 2 seconds from hitting record, and Cody, I guess, was checking to see if his microphone was on.
I didn't do it.
And in doing so, knocked over my bottle of refreshing...
Prove it!
Twist of lime Topo Chico.
Prove it! Prove it!
And it did a flip and then fell straight onto this wonderful hard floor and exploded. And so we've had to be... we were cleaning up water and picking up glass.
And now we're under duress.
So you're getting carpet now down here, Cody?
No, not anymore.
Cool.
After this...
There wouldn't have been glass? Just wet?
Just wet, fizzy water.
He has a point.
That's a pretty good point.
It would have just been wet.
But then we wouldn't have a topic for our upcoming mini, which is glass walk.
Yes. Yeah, we have all this extra broken glass laying around. We can't just throw it out. So stay tuned for our mini where we're going to walk across that glass. And if you want to see that, you have to be signed up on our Patreon, patreon.com/SHUDcast. Join for $3 or $5 US. That's so little. And you're going to get... access to our Discord, where you can talk to a bunch of other cool weirdos who are signed up, and you're also going to get bonus mini episodes in addition to other fun little surprises we will drop here and there when we have time and feel like it. So sign up for Patreon, like and subscribe to this show. What show is this, Curtis?
Welcome back to the Shudcast!
Jackass!
I am Curtis.
I am Austin.
And I am Cody.
And I'm Lucas.
We
I
are
did not break a bottle.
the horror movie podcast where we discuss the films that freak you out and the friendships that are even freakier. That's us, baby.
That's who we are. Thanks for being here. If you're first time, welcome. Why are you here? What brought you here? If you're returning, you're the best. Please keep doing it.
Yeah, I would love to hear, again, why and how people come to this. You know, is it the title? Did you see, like, we're going to be talking about Phantom of the Paradise. Did you click on that?
Is it our cool art for our show?
Yeah.
We're like, I got to see what those guys are doing.
Is it the clips you see on the internet?
Did
Is it
you
the
find
YouTube?
us? Yeah, did you find us on YouTube?
Yeah, because we're on YouTube now.
Yep.
Are you watching or listening there a lot? If you aren't, do that. And then pay us.
And we should have been there probably a long time ago, like for our back catalog, because apparently that's the number one way people consume their podcasts.
I like the way you were starting to say that more. The number one people.
Yeah.
Number one people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's number one, which just baffles me, but I don't know what the kids do. I mean, they're fucking throwing livestock around to movie theaters now, so the kids have lost their fucking minds.
Did you guys see that Jack Black actually showed up in a movie theater the other day to be like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop throwing popcorn.
Does anyone here have a chicken? Did you see that?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
because the thing that they erupt into violence over is there's a scene. I don't play the game. I don't know what this means. But someone gets lowered onto a chicken. Jack Black says, "Chicken jockey," and that is the trigger for all hell to break loose. To the point where someone smuggled in a live chicken and stood up on someone's shoulders holding the chicken.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did this start as a result of anything? Like, besides, like, in other words, was there some sort of, like, organized thing where everybody was like, during the chicken jockey scene,
I think
we're all going to go crazy?
I think it got that way.
Because of Minecraft, there is a lot of YouTube content and people making little television shows based off Minecraft characters. And I think that's one of the things where they just scream chicken jockey in these episodes. So
You beat the game, didn't you?
I did beat the game.
You can beat that game.
There is an end.
I have no concept of how to play this game.
There's a reason they're called Ender Dragons and Ender Pearls, because it's when you're getting closer to the end.
You're
of
saying
the game.
Ender Dragons and Ender Pearls like these are things I've heard.
Oh.
Like I drive around wondering why it's called that.
No.
I've never
Well,
heard
in
that.
case you
Wrong.
didn't.
The short answer to your question is COVID. People forgot how to be people during COVID.
I thought you said COVID.
It's a room full of vaccinated people.
They lost
Yeah.
all manner of social niceties during COVID, and now they're fucking feral animals. And those
Yeah.
poor sweet.
But that movie is approaching $1 billion,
Yes, it is.
Insane.
It's going to happen.
which is, I think, it's giving way to the birth of between Five Nights at Freddy's and then this.
Five Nights in Freddy.
Five Nights in Freddy.
That's the poor.
That's a movie I watched. we're
Five Guys in Freddy.
Why do they got to be guys?
Because it sounds
Five
closer to
chickens
nights.
in
It
Freddy.
Well, 'cause it's
it
a
fits
burger
the
thing.
consonants.
It sounds closer to nights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're giving way to the birth of the meme movie. These
Yeah.
aren't video game movies anymore. These are meme movies.
Yeah.
Have any of us seen Minecraft?
No, I want to. I almost went to see it the other night,
Not
but
yet.
Maddie, I was
Now I'm
vetoed.
afraid to.
It's true.
You couldn't pay me to go to see that in the theater. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to see
I'll
it.
see it
at
at
all,
I don't know.
for sure.
Like, as much as I'm not like a bit, I will say that like you see the videos and like you see how excited the kids are getting.
Yeah.
Like during that scene.
Yes, don't
it
justify
shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the okay, but like
No, their joy
I
is
don't know,
wrong.
dude. I'm stoked to see kids having a good time. At
Yeah,
the
no,
movies.
this is
No.
good.
No, children need
On
to
the
be
whole,
learning.
what they're doing to the Liams of the world, one of our dear patrons is a theater chain
It's a tragedy.
worker and has to deal with this shit. It's that's wrong. But like the general joy,
No.
Oh, as he
Great.
said, it's miserable. I've
Yeah.
been off Discord.
Yeah.
Did he?
yeah.
No, they should be home doing homework and studying. They're too
there's
young
that.
for the joy.
Is that what you did?
They don't deserve joy. No, of course not. And look what happened.
You're here.
Yeah. Look at me.
That's not qualitative. That's
They need
just-
to be better.
Yeah.
So Michael Bay was onto something
Yeah.
by wanting to make skibbity toilet film.
Is he?
Yeah, we'll
is he?
see.
Did he? He didn't direct Minecraft.
No.
No,
But he's
no.
he's producing or direct. He's
You
not
know who
directing.
did?
I think directing.
Jared Hess, who made Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, it's
I
And
did
Nacho
read
Libre.
That. Yeah, I
And
did
Nacho
read that.
I
Libre.
do love
Yeah.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, that drew me into that movie a little bit more. That makes like, oh, shit.
Now I would see it. I've gone
Yeah.
back to
I'm
it.
gonna
I've heard
see
some
it.
okay things
I've heard
about
it's pretty
it. Like,
good.
it's not
Yeah.
for us, right? Which is fine. But like I've heard like the movie
might be.
is kind. I mean, like
That could be my new identity.
it could be.
I mean, who knows?
It wasn't made with you in mind.
I don't know what I would do with my life if suddenly Minecraft became your identity.
You're like,
guys-
all of this is swapped
I know.
out with little block things.
I can't hang out this weekend. I'm going to Disneyland. I got to play Minecraft. You get one.
Cody's just
Can't have both.
Cody's just
You're
reclaiming
only
his childhood.
35.
Is the skibbity toilet thing happening?
I don't know. I think he signed, and then we'll just have to see.
What is a skibbity toilet? What?
And we have no. I've tried to find out. I have no idea. The best I can see is it's a video where there's a guy's head in a toilet,
Yeah, it's like a really low graphic.
animated.
And the guy that
animated
made
thing.
Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and Minecraft wants to make that into a movie.
No,
No,
Michael
no,
Bay
no.
does.
Michael Bay does.
Pardon?
Yeah.
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 It none of it makes sense.
The Rock, Transformers, 13 Hours, that Michael Bay.
Pain and Gain.
Yeah.
Bad boys.
He was on it. Like,
That
he's
was
been a
too-
14-year-old boys champion for a long time.
This is true. I'm not.
We should look into that. He's a little too connected to the 14-year-old boys. He's too keyed into what the little boys want.
Yeah, between that and Pearl Harbor, he's sus.
Just between those two things.
14-year-olds love Pearl Harbor. Where millennials love 9/11, 14-year-olds love Pearl Harbor.
Hold on, I gotta check. Let me check the SHUDcast bylaws. There is one tenet that says, "Oh, we are not talking about Pearl Harbor."
That is true.
This is true. We're not here to
is
talk
true.
about that.
That's in our creed.
We're not. We're out here to talk about movies, though.
We
Yeah.
are.
Movies we watched.
Did we watch things? I want to
Pretty
quickly. I want to really highlight something. Curtis,
Yeah,
how many movies did you watch in the last week? How many movies, Curtis?
2.
The world is ending.
Get the chicken!
Get the chicken.
That's our chicken jockey.
Yeah. Well, I spent my entire Saturday basically in this basement
Yeah.
playing Magic, and it was a lovely day.
Mm-hmm.
But that's usually when I pack in 6 films.
Wizard fight.
Curtis loves magic now, which is very exciting.
Yes, I do. So did that. I was shooting on Sunday, and then Jess and I've been watching TV shows with our free time, which
Yeah,
sometimes
us
cuts
too.
into.
Us too, yeah.
And we're in that bad zone where we're like, we're not even enjoying what we're watching.
What are you watching?
We are watching Wheel of Time, season 3.
Okay.
Jess's favorite book series of all time. Show's not great.
Oh, Wheel of Time. I thought you
Yes.
said We Love Time. I was like, excuse me?
As did
Fair.
I heard We Love Time, too.
I figured it out, but
you
I
said
heard the
something
same.
like
You said Jess's favorite, and I was like, oh, okay,
that-
it must be Wheel.
That's
All right.
funny.
So we all heard. So you said we love time.
Probably.
Go to the
not-
tape.
Not probably. They just heard it. And
Well,
we all
I said
agreed
what I said. You guys, you
Which
need to check
was-
your fucking ears.
we love time. Jesus.
Not enjoying where that's going, and I don't have any concept for that book. It's really trying to do Game of Thrones things, and it's not.
Does she like it? Or?
She's not liking it.
Okay,
We
that's a bummer.
liked the first season well enough. I quite enjoyed the second season. This one's not great. We're also watching Yellowjackets season 3.
And you're not loving that.
I'm really not.
we haven't dug into that yet. We took a little break. We watched White Lotus, the new
Okay.
season.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that quite a bit. And there's something else. No, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
White Lotus
And then we're also doing, usually while we eat, watch most of an episode of Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, nice.
So we're watching all of them. I have not seen all of them before, but we're still in the first season.
Do the call. Great.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Real good.
Thank you. That's for you, Jess. Tom Atkins is Xena's dad. Did you guys
What?
know this? He plays Xena's dad in the show.
I mean, I haven't watched
old is
Xena
that
since I was
man?
a child.
I know, and he looks 60 in the show.
Xena Senior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is he doing like sexy, creepy Tom Atkins stuff, or is he?
Not really, but not.
Tom Atkins is never creepy. Watch your mouth.
But like Rob Tappert created the show, and Sam Raimi is the executive producer. So like Ted Raimi just showed up. He's like a recurring character.
Oh, wow.
Bruce Campbell's in a couple of episodes.
Fantastic.
yeah.
Fucking Carl Urban is playing more than one character. This
Oh,
is-
wow.
'cause they shot it in New
I
Zealand.
did know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And fucking Anthony Starr's in it too. Like,
Isn't that
wow.
where Carl
there's
Urban?
no
Like,
bodies. Like they're just
Baby
that's a
Anthony
face.
Starr.
Yeah.
Wow.
isn't that where Carl Urban got his start?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Like he was so good in one episode. I haven't gotten to his next appearance. They like just bring him back as someone else.
How often is
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo in it?
I've only came across him once so far, but there are like crossovers because that was going on at the time too. Anyway,
the way
we
he
don't need
blundered
to.
that.
The way he what?
The way he just blundered his whole success of being Hercules.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. He was like there, and then suddenly he just gone.
That was
Yeah.
the first major
He got weird.
movie premiere I ever went to as a kid. Was the Hercules movie at City
Did your
Walk.
dad work on that?
No.
Oh.
Just an uncle wanted to bring me. He's like, hey, and I saw Kevin Sorbo riding on a horse in the middle of City Walk.
Amazing.
It was great.
Incredible.
That was the moment that fucked him up. That's
Yeah.
what Kevin Sorbo.
He got weird.
Yeah, when he rode on the horse, he's like super right wing, very Christian,
yeah. Oh,
MAGA.
yeah. He's a problem.
Yeah, so that's why he's sort of been relegated to those like Christian made for TV movies.
And Lucy Lawless like dunks on him online all the time.
Oh,
It's fucking great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And she's
funny.
just the best. Like
Love
she's,
Lucy
she's
Lawless.
just
Right.
like you watch it and like Jess has had a crush on her for fucking ever, but like Jess is like each one of these characters, and she's like, "Oh, I love this one." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a corner of your personality." like all of these people.
You're unlocking
but
Jess.
God, Lucy Lawless is like just such a fucking
Jess's
star.
entire being just exists
Yeah.
in various corners of
Yes.
Xena Warrior
It is
Princess.
that,
That's
yeah.
funny.
Anyway, the films. I guess I'll start.
Yes, please do.
I watched Sexy Beast for the first time. Y'all seen this fucking thing?
Nope.
No.
It is a 2000 film directed by Jonathan Glazer.
This is with
You'll get there. Sir,
Sir?
Arthur.
no
Conan.
back.
further away.
Ben Kingsley?
Thank you.
Yes. Ben Kingsley, Ray Winstone, Ian McShane. It's like a kind of deconstruction of a heist movie. And Jonathan Glazer's career is phenomenal, like out of control. He's only made 4 feature films, but they are this, Under the Skin, Birth, that
Nicole
Kidman movie I talked about recently, and The Zone of Interest. Just the
wow.
most wildly different films. This is like a Guy Ritchie movie in tone. It is, I think, better than maybe every Guy Ritchie movie. But it is so entertaining
Watch it.
and so fucking. I love Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
We fucking went hard on Legend of the Sword last time on King Arthur.
Yes, but we still haven't talked about the movie that he's talking about though. He's talking about the Covenant.
Covenant.
Oh yeah,
Covenant.
the Covenant.
Covenant.
Sexy Beast fucking rocks. It'll knock your goddamn socks off. It's a blast.
Is it sexy?
A little bit. Yes. And then I watched a movie I hadn't seen in a few years. I watched Drive,
I haven't seen Drive. When did it come out? 13, something like
2011.
11? I haven't seen it since around then.
It's one of the best movies ever made.
Absolutely.
I need
Yeah.
to revisit it. I didn't love it when I
No,
watched
it's
it.
okay.
I need to watch it again because
Yeah.
I've seen it once and I hated
Yeah.
it with all my heart.
Oh man,
And
around when it
it's-
came out.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
And me and Maddie went and saw it. We really, really, really did not like it.
I would bet money that opinion does not hold up. I don't know the mileage, but I would bet that
I
opinion
don't
does
feel
not
like it
hold
will
up.
either, just because I imagined I was when it came out like 2000. You said 2011,
11,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I was
That
probably 21.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I was 45.
When
so-
that movie
yeah.
came out, that you were allergic to everything about what this movie was, probably. Allergic to it.
Yeah.
A little
I was
bit.
in college. I was smoking a lot of marijuana and other things. Not necessarily smoking them.
I was going to say. Let's shut that door.
And maybe bleep.
Sure.
Just do like a long bleep of everything I did.
Okay,
That makes it worse.
And yeah, no, I hated it.
man.
I didn't
hated it.
love it when I saw it.
I thought it had its head so far up its own ass
think that's how I felt. Too.
Well, then they came out with Only God Forgives, and that's just like putting the head farther up.
Which
the
I
same
didn't
ass
even
a
I
little
didn't
bit.
even bother watching because I hated Drive so much. I also like really resented Ryan Gosling as a person because he's so pretty,
He's so hot.
Yeah.
and I was like, that's
I can't like you too.
Yeah, I can't imagine you guys not doing a sort of 180 on it. It's so far up our alleys, and it's we've seen 100 other movies that have its head way farther up its ass than that one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you've seen any other Nick Winding Refn movies, like that's just where he's gone.
didn't he do? Did he do Valhalla Rising?
Yes, which does rule.
Which I fucking love.
He did Neon Demon too, which also fucking rules.
Which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen either.
All these movies
But-
could be called Neon Demon.
They really could. They really could. But it's just like it's that perfect amalgam of it's shot like the most gorgeous thing on the planet. The score is maybe the most perfect thing on the planet. The soundtrack, his performances are excellent. Like it definitely created a culture not unlike the Fight Club culture. You know, where like dudes who are really into it are like, I'm really fucking into this. It's not as toxic, but it can get there. But I think the movie's a little self-reflexive on like knowing it's got a toxic-y thing going on, but I think it's all like kind of anchored by Ryan Gosling. And
Yeah, tell you
love
what,
of
that
it
was
all.
a quick way that following Halloween to point out who the asshole was at your Halloween party.
Yep.
Who donned that scorpion jacket.
You're 100% right. So I think we've moved beyond some of that, cultural backlash. It roars. I'm like, I need to watch this every month now. It's one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. I'll give it a fair shake.
That's what I watched.
Wow, I have one movie. I unfortunately had to leave the Magical Gathering early because there was a 30th anniversary celebration of a Goofy movie at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. And I went to that with my father, and we sang a little song before.
Staying Alive?
Yep, Staying
Hell
Alive, which is in a Goofy movie.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's subconscious.
Yeah. That's
Wait, you guys sing "Staying Alive"?
no. We sang Nobody Else But You.
Is that what Bigfoot's listening to? in
Yeah.
Oh,
essence?
it is.
Yeah, and the headphones go in his head.
That's
and he-
so
he
fucking
does the,
funny.
The dance. Yeah, that's great that you pulled that song.
Had to-
So I watched the Goofy movie in a theater, and that's only the third time. I would have seen it at a premiere or two when I was 5, and then we went to the New Bev last year. They
right.
showed it, and then this. Really cool. It was beautiful, not print, but scan or whatever.
Yeah.
Looked really pretty. And then the director, I didn't know this, but after he was like talking to my dad, and he was like, "That was great. They showed the right one." Not the Disney Plus version, because in the Disney Plus, like Goofy like busts into a dressing room and there's a woman there, and she like pulls up her little tail. Apparently, Disney Plus has added like little like tomboy shorts on her
Oh,
to
gosh.
like show less leg.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and he was like, "This is that's the one they didn't fuck with."
That
I love that
seems
the
such
director's
a
looking
yeah.
out for that.
Yeah, yeah.
They
It's
keep the legs on that.
it's such a director thing to be like, "Oh, it's the original."
No, absolutely.
I know it's an absurd thing for Disney. Well, it's like they added the hair and Splash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit that they do.
Hate that shit.
But it's a great.
Wait, they added hair and Splash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daryl Hannah at the end when she's like running into the beach naked.
Yeah.
They added hair to cover her ass,
What about?
but it's the shittiest AI look, and it looks awful.
what about like the rest of the movie?
Or like you can watch
don't
like
know.
fucking Alien on Disney Plus.
Yeah, dude.
So like
Yeah.
that's horrific. This is more like an
Are they gonna
American.
fuck with Alien?
Yeah.
Well, this is more an American culture thing. Like we'll allow like absurd, horrific violence, but like a butt. It's like well,
Yeah,
we all
right.
have butts. None of us have seen a horrible creature.
It's also
rip
it's
parts
Daryl
out of
Hannah's
things.
butt. Daryl Hannah has a beautiful butt.
It should be celebrated. It was
Should be
a good
celebrated.
moment in time. So, Goofy movie is my only logged movie, and it's 5 stars still great.
Yeah.
And I watched 2 films. I went to the theater and I saw Drop with Maddie.
Oh,
did.
drop!
Oh, the date movie.
Yeah, the date
the
movie.
airdrop horror movie.
Which I was. We went through. We had a list of everything we could make it to. I really wanted to go see Hell of a Summer, but it was only playing at like 11:30 and 11:30 p.m. and 10:30 a.m.
Sure.
Thank you, Minecraft.
They got to spend so much time cleaning up chicken shit. These goddamn chickens.
She was already planning to go see the Rami Malek.
Amateur.
The amateur. Yeah, the nerd kills people movie.
Sure.
So I didn't want to steal that. So the only other option was really like Drop. Okay, it's Christopher Landon.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
All right.
Cody was like
okay.
kind of rocking back and forth, nodding there. A little
It's
bit.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not a bad time.
Yeah.
It's like you when you walk into the movie, even the trailer doesn't necessarily spoil the movie, but you're like, oh, okay. This is what's going to happen. I will say, really cool the way that they do the camera work and the way that they set up the viewer experience. We're trying to figure out what's going on as the movie's happening. So it's very well done and very creative there. And I learned that they built the whole restaurant for the film,
Ooh, I love that.
which I thought was really cool.
Love
Sure.
that.
It's worth watching.
I do want to see it, but the trailer gave me hives. Yeah.
You know what? Novocaine
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
Ended up being a fucking ripper.
Yeah, I get it.
So
This is not that, but
Okay.
it's definitely not a ripper. But it's a good time. It's worth
Hell
it's
yeah.
worth
Okay.
watching.
Nice.
Good little thriller. Certainly a thriller, not at all horror.
Good for drop.
not an ounce of horror, I don't think. Maddie and I have been starting The Office because we've never really watched The Office. We've seen
Yeah.
like an episode, right?
Yeah.
And never really been for us. But I'm tired of everybody I know referencing The Office.
That still happens to you a lot?
Yes. And me not having any clue what the reference is from, or B, like people just talking about The Office.
That still happens to you a lot?
From time.
Yeah, I'm just interested.
And
I'm
like, well, I might as well watch this fucking thing. Everybody says it's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is for me.
You got to get past the first season.
I would have. I mean, honestly, I would have been like, just start at season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
Oh, really?
You
Yeah.
really can, yeah.
It's like, I'm not gonna say it's a different show, but it feels like a different
It's
show.
because season 1, they're pretty much beat for beat doing the British one. And season 2, like they ran out of British stuff, so they have to write. And it's a much cleaner, better experience.
Sure. I mean, like it's funny. Like there's definitely some shit that like had me broken for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then a lot of stuff that's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to be watching something else. So we turned it off and we watched something else.
Yeah.
And the other something else was I finally watched Gladiator 2. I finally watched
Hell
Gladiator.
yeah.
And
I can't stop thinking about it, so I know I really liked it. While I was, what's wrong with your hands? Why did I
The
feel
chicken
that?
grease.
What?
yeah, dude.
Was that from like lifting?
Yeah.
Jesus, dude, look at those fucking things.
Oh, God.
Yeah, lift heavy, bro.
That's crazy.
You're
Get
get the gloves.
the clubs.
No, you want that.
I've made gloves.
You want exactly.
I've spent too long making gloves.
I really enjoyed. I was really engaged the whole movie. Maddie's fell asleep probably an hour in.
I will say the first hour of that movie is a little, but
I think it's not. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
no.
But it's a fucking wildly engaging, dumb, fun time
Yeah.
for 2.5 hours.
Pedro doesn't need to be in the movie
No, he just doesn't need to be in the movie
at all.
Pedro Pasquale.
Yeah,
doesn't
love
need to be
him,
in the
but
movie
he
at
just
all.
doesn't need to be there. But Denzel,
Denzel
fucking-
and Paul
Is
are,
bringing-
are electric.
And
Are
but-
bringing heat.
I love fucking Fred Heckinger and Joseph Quinn as the
Yes,
shitty
yes.
emperor
Oh
boys.
yeah, those
God
Yes.
damn,
Yes, that was great. Joseph Quinn, like just channeling weirdness.
so good.
It was very like really excellent acting. Directing was maybe a little weird.
Because they're just doing it once. I got 12 cameras sitting around this table.
Right,
It doesn't
right.
matter.
Well, there's parts like that just look like shit too.
Sure.
Like the opening like sea battle thing.
Yes,
I
they
was
look
like,
like
this, why does
toys.
this look like shit? This
It
looks
looked like they
terrible.
were shooting toys inside of a bathtub.
Yeah, but then put a CG filter over it.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't look right. And then I love that like the just intricate attention to detail to make sure that everything is written in Latin except for the Virgil poem that is just in English.
Oh, the
Which, yeah.
tomb of
It's just
yeah.
which is just because he's sitting there reading it and he's like, "Oh yeah," and like pointing at it. Oh yeah,
He does have this moment.
yes. Oh yeah, and it's in English. And it's in fucking English. It's just so silly.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
That's
but
good
I
stuff.
liked it. The action's cool. Also, the sharks thing.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling shit because this is
No.
all in the fucking. This is all in the trailer. But the shark shit is.
Yeah.
All the animal handling in this movie is
Animal
crazy.
handling.
well, like Jordan had a good point on his
Sharks
with the sharks. It's like the alligator. There's crocodiles right there.
Yeah.
right there. Guys.
They're not as
I
cool.
don't- They're not as cool.
Not as cool. Because like the crocodiles would just sit there if you
Yeah.
let them.
Yeah.
Totally, but I'm like
slap them
But I
around.
couldn't
Yeah.
like, but like at least with the crocodiles, I've been like, I wouldn't have even thought about how they
How
they
you
practically
get a shark.
Who
could they
cares?
get the animal into the Coliseum.
We weren't
drag
there.
it.
We don't know.
with
We drag it.
with this. I was.
They have endless slaves. That's how they built pyramids.
Yeah,
When you
that's a
just
good
throw a lot of suffering at something, it gets done.
This is
Cheap
why,
labor
this is
gets
why we
shit
need to
done.
make sure you never
I did
have
not.
a seat of power.
I did not say it's good. I don't endorse it, but it does equal
It
things.
did get shit done.
It gets shit done.
Technically did. I will say that like that was the scene in the movie that I was the most excited for, and it was just so like
The water in the
Yeah.
Coliseum. Yeah.
it was so underwhelming
It was
because
fine.
they actually
Yeah.
did that 2 times in history,
They did do that.
Yeah.
and I was really
They
excited
did
about to
do that.
watch
They do
that.
be doing that.
And it's just
do be
it's like
doing
what 2.5 minutes
yeah.
of mostly boring.
It should have been the last hour.
Yeah,
TBH.
dude, that should have been a whole fucking 30 minutes to an hour. You should have been climbing and
Yeah.
scaling shit, trying to
Yeah.
get up there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Whatever.
really good time.
What a time.
It is a time. Okay, my turn.
Yes.
I also only watched 2.
Look at us.
Wow.
A film podcast.
Hey, we have lives.
Go to the last one, and we're
We're
the first
playing
hour and a
Magic the
half.
Gathering.
Just me.
Yeah, we're evening out from last week.
I watched documentary extraordinaire, Not Just a Goof.
Yeah,
Hey.
And boy, oh boy, what a time it was.
Yeah.
it's good, right?
It's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, as part of the 30th, they released a documentary on Disney Plus on the making of a Goofy movie, Not Just a Goof, and it's very well done.
Yeah. It's just such a feel-good little ending with talking about the resurgence of it. So are they kind of alluding to this movie had a life because of home video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
it
like
didn't do great in the theaters. It opened against Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It was number 2 to Bad Boys.
Well, I was definitely in the theater for a Goofy movie that weekend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it opened against Bad Boy. And like it came out the same year as Lion King? No, not Lion King.
Pretty close.
Little Mermaid, I think.
No,
One other one came out that year.
95. That would have been Toy Story.
Maybe Beauty and the Beast.
If it's 95, it was Toy Story.
No,
No,
but
they
there
kept
was one of
talking
the like
about
2D animation ones.
Lion King in the whole...
Yeah.
Lion King was 94. Or was it 93?
Might have been.
No.
It might have been 94. Anyway, point being, it didn't do great theatrically, but as they said in the doc, what happened is because it didn't do great, it ended up in a lot of like bargain bin VHS.
Yeah.
So parents would just pick it up for a couple bucks, and the kids would just all our age kids would just watch it over and over and over.
I
Mm-hmm.
fondly remember that being like one of the only ones that was on whenever I went to my cousin's house.
Yeah.
Like that's just burning down your VCR.
And I think I watched it dozens of times with Ryan.
Hell yeah.
But
Great
yeah,
movie.
great. There's a small moment where if you blink, actually, you don't even need to look because Austin is in it.
I am in it.
And it's the funniest moment because it's him behind the drums and the cymbal is just his face.
Oh,
The
no.
cymbal is covering.
You can see
just
my body.
his
I'm like,
face.
oh, I got Wazowski. That sucks. Because we played at Caitlin's birthday last year. We played Eye to Eye, and Shelly sang, but she was dressed as Powerline.
Yeah.
So they used it because there's this whole montage about like the cultural impact.
Yeah.
So they use a little.
Oh,
clip
that
of
made
her.
it in?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I am technically in it.
Oh, yeah. That's fucking funny.
Yes, wonderful. 5 stars. Go watch it. And then I watched Iron Man 3 because Nick told me, our dear listener and friend Nick, told me that was his favorite Iron Man movie, and I had actually never seen it.
He is correct.
It's the best Iron Man movie.
You might be right.
It's the best Iron Man movie.
Because it's just a question of is it better than the first one?
And I think it's a better film than the first one.
Yes, overall, it's a better film.
Like, are we talking about is it a better Iron Man movie? I don't know. I don't really care. It's a Shane Black movie.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah. It's got
Because it's like,
Christmas.
yeah, the movie's about stripping away the armor and like who is Tony
Yeah.
Stark as a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and also like the way America paints pictures of terrorists or like
Yeah.
creates terrorists, and that's
Yes,
like it's interesting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone was up in arms about Ben Kingsley not being the fucking Fu Manchu guy.
Right.
Whatever.
The Mandarin.
The Mandarin's like,
Or
you
that-
want? What
or
do you
like-
want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also Guy Pearce is terrifying. I loved that the bad guys are always like actually scary and not like
Yeah.
quirky, like a
Yeah.
Loki. Like it's actually a big bad villain.
Yeah.
The correct placement is 29th.
Absolutely not.
It's correct placement.
So you have Iron Man 1 ahead of that.
I do, although I'm a little bit confused by. I have Iron Man. Oh, I have that much higher than I remembered.
Yeah. You got to watch them again and figure this out.
No. No.
And
And then, I mean, it makes Iron Man 2 look like it's hit in the head.
First of all,
It is.
it is.
First of all,
I want my bird.
We're not arguing with I want my butter.
that's the
Matt,
the
God,
correct.
it's so good.
I just consulted the list. The correct placement for that film is 30.
Yeah.
For 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the bad guy being a whip man,
Yes.
who is just very easily avoidable if you keep distance.
It appears.
stay away.
It appears that I gave Iron Man 3 2.5 stars, and Iron Man 2 2.5 stars, and Thor: The Dark World 2.5 stars, and The Incredible Hulk 2.5 stars,
There we go.
and then Eternals 2.5 stars, and
Yeah,
that was 28.
Iron Man 3 is kind of a North Star, I think, of what these superhero movies should be doing. I didn't realize it was so violent, too.
Yeah.
Kind of surprisingly
Yeah.
hardcore.
I think I just don't really fucking like Iron Man. Maybe that's what it is.
This movie's supposed to make you like him. Now I get it. Now I like Iron Man.
It made me like
now
him.
his moments in Endgame and Infinity War are hit way harder.
Not gonna lie, when he died, I was happy.
Ugh.
Happy.
I was fucking stoked. Tired of his fucking
That's
schmarmy
so
ass shitty
weird.
attitude.
My God, such aggressive Iron Man hate.
Maybe you should take Disneyland and Minecraft.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Just recalibrate.
Just put some mask on, go in the basement, and just sit there and
Iron Man sucks, dude.
no, put a different
He's just
put
a
a different
shitty
mask on and
he's
just
a
do
shitty-
it from
a shit
behind the
heel and an
shadows.
inventor.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think there's more to him. He does other stuff. I don't remember what, but
Like what? Who does he talk to?
Iron Man?
Who does he really help other than himself?
He talks to people. I don't know. I haven't seen the movies. I'm not the Marvel guy. I haven't seen the movies in a while, but he talks to
I'm not
people.
gonna.
He loves
Pepper.
Pepper
Potts.
He
Yeah.
loves Pepper
Yeah,
Potts.
he
That's
loves-
what I
he
was
loves
getting at.
he loves
Pepper
one,
Potts.
he loves one girl and
He
he's
loves
basically
Pepper Potts.
a
Yeah.
secluded.
Does he
fucking-
love anybody else?
Yeah, he loves that one girl.
That's the whole point. He's lonely at the top. He's the richest, smartest guy in the world. He's lonely.
So we're trusting billionaires now.
The fake ones?
Yeah, the fake ones are fine.
We like them. They're friendly. He's only sold his soul over to corporate America, capitalism.
Well, doesn't touch the best superhero movie ever made.
What's that?
Darkman?
The Phantom
Of
With Billy Zane.
with Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that Phantom.
yeah.
That Phantom.
Were you trying to get yourself with that one?
No, I was trying to
That
get
was a
ahead
way
of
better
it.
segue.
I was trying to
than
get
what
ahead
I was
of it.
doing. I was trying to get when I was doing it and I was saying, put on a mask.
We were
He did, and I did. We all did.
we were all trying.
We were all
we were,
clued in.
we were
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we all dropped hints, and he missed him. Does that count? Does that count?
I think we went around the table and got him. There you go.
Put the We're talking about Marvel movies. You can't say put the mask on.
Oh,
It's
now
happy
there's
hour.
rules.
Oh.
Cody, it's been like a
This
year
one
since
was
we
good.
And
got
also,
you.
I
Too
did
good,
get it. I wasn't
apparently.
done talking.
This-
we moved on, and I segued. I
don't
I
think
figured out
so.
weird. That's
I
what
don't
we
think
said.
so.
We're trying to
I
like
won.
blend it in.
Roll back the tape. You'll see.
I won.
You'll see.
The moment where we all try and Cody's like, "That you're trusting billionaires now." We're like, we win.
I was like,
we
we got
fucking
it.
win.
Got him.
Phantom Paradise.
Animal the paradise. We're gonna shut this down.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna do that.
I don't know. Are we?
Yes, we are. I'll go fourth.
I'll go first.
I'll go third.
I guess second.
Okay. Phantom of the Paradise, 1974, in 3, 2, 1.
Producer Swan is trying to audition bands to become his the opening act and house band for his new crazy venue that he's opening. There is a songwriter and composer that is trying to get involved in that. And he gets he starts playing his music and he sends him away. And then he starts the Swan steals his shit.
He gets his song stolen, and then he starts auditioning more people to sing this guy's song. He's really mad about it, so he goes and shows up. He's going to try to kill Swan, but then Swan, oh fuck, then he wants revenge for him stealing his stuff.
Oh God! So he goes to prison and he breaks out and his face gets fucked up in a record thing and then he haunts the paradise and they find this rock guy named Beef to do it, but Phantom's like no Beef, so he kills Beef on the opening night and then they're like it's got to be Phoenix, so then Phoenix does it.
The Phoenix is the girl that Phantom loves. Phantom sees Phoenix fucking Swan, and then he tries to kill himself, and he realizes that he's got in a contract with Swan, and Swan's also in a contract with the devil. He sold his own soul, so he doesn't age. And then the Phantom goes and kills him at the last show, and he dies.
Wow.
Wow.
I think we got there.
We got there.
This is an absurdly plot-heavy movie.
Yo,
The back half of this movie
This
fucking starts.
now real-
I think the whole movie like moves at breakneck speed.
Oh,
it's like boom, 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 boom,
When
thing, thing.
Yeah, when he goes from like meeting the character to like breaking out of prison is so fast.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like because all that stuff happens so quick. You don't realize how quick, like they kick him out of the office like in the first 15 minutes. So he's already kind of like out of the. We're not being fooled into him thinking he's like getting something out of it. It's like already no, you're kicked to the curb. So from that point on, he's trying to get his music back or whatever. And then what's the halfway point of this movie? Is the halfway point of this movie
It's really deep.
beef?
Because I paused it at halfway and I was like, oh,
It's
shit.
I think when they're introducing beef.
I think
Yeah.
that's about
Yeah.
halfway, yeah.
Yeah, it just moves, and then like the last 20, you're like, oh, here's lore. Now here's like stuff,
right.
You know, where you're like, because I always think I've seen this movie a bunch now. I always think that the movie ends after Beef dies. Like I always feel like, oh, we're like really close. You know?
No.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's,
Still got a
there's
minute.
whole other arc for Phoenix.
Yes, which I think is very great and interesting. But
Absolutely. I totally agree.
if it's just weird how that structure plays in my brain every time. It's
Yeah, or like even like when he stabs himself, I was like, "Oh shit, that's a weird."
Yeah.
And then it's like, what? And then like we're introducing deals with the devil, like
Yeah.
this late, like,
no,
what the hell is happening?
yeah. Now we're doing like devil law here, the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Cody, what is this? What are we doing?
No. For the last fucking time, we can't sing Prince on the show.
Is that the full title?
Horror musicals.
Please count how many no's he says each episode, and
Yeah.
if they're inconsistent, we'll slap him.
They're going to be inconsistent. You
You're
can
gonna-
slap
you're
me.
gonna slap- Yes.
Cody, you selected this theme. You selected this film. Why?
I
Yes.
selected this theme in this film. The theme, I thought, A, wild card.
Yeah.
And I thought it's something that's interesting. And B, I really wanted to be able to pick this movie. I wanted us to talk about this movie, and I figured that doing horror musicals was just a good opportunity and segue to do that. I secretly hope that one of you pick another couple of films that I will not discuss, because then I know that you won't pick them.
There's not a giant pool.
There's not a huge pool.
So
it's relatively
odds are good.
but there's more than four.
There are more.
Sure,
than
there
There's
four.
more than four.
Yeah.
I think this movie is incredibly special because I think that it's just a wonderful critique of as somebody who was raised in the music business and now made a career for himself in the music
Yeah, actually,
business.
I don't mean to interrupt, but when I was watching this, I was like, is Cody going to be able to talk about this movie?
I just think that it's such a wonderful critique of the music business, particularly all the predatory bullshit that just comes up in the music business, particularly in that era, right? And I think more so, I think it's a really interesting critique of the way that people treat each other's art, right? And the way that people are willing to just sort of be like, the quick, but I want that. But I want to do this, right? With this thing that isn't yours. And I think it's just a fascinating, they do a fascinating job of putting this together in this film. It's also stars Paul Williams, who, if you guys are unfamiliar, is a storied producer and songwriter guy. I mean, the guy...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the lead. Yes.
He played Swan, right?
Yeah.
He co-wrote Rainbow Connection, Only Just Begun by the Carpenters, and he is also the president and chairman of ASCAP.
I learned that
Public
looking into
Performance
this.
Rights
Oh, I didn't know
Organization
that.
in the United States. Yeah, I've met him several times. He's a very, very, very
Amazing.
kind and gentle man.
Oh, wonderful.
Very, very, very nice.
did
I
that
have
Daft Punk
not
song?
yet screamed at him about loving this movie so much, but
Yeah.
every time, he's a very short guy.
Yeah,
And
looks like
I'm
it.
always looking down at him. Right?
Yeah.
And every time I see him, it's usually about once a year, but every time I'm like, is this going to be the time?
You should just show up.
Is this going to be the one?
You should just show up to a meeting in the mask.
I was going to think of just showing up just like Beef.
Yeah, and just don't acknowledge it. Just go about your business, but wearing the fucking mask.
Well, especially because it's usually at an event that this happens. Occasionally, I think the first time I met him was like in the Universal offices when I was working at Universal. But yeah, I love the notion of a human just coming up dressed as Beef at a like industry event.
A really nice
right,
black
where everybody's
tie.
like, everybody's in suits.
No, you got full chest.
Right,
and belly out.
exactly.
It's you and a guy dressed in full Planet of the Apes gear.
Right. But I think that it just with that brilliant predatory discussion and then like bringing him into the fold and the fact that he's playing the enemy.
Yeah.
It's very clever. I think it's incredibly well written. I think the songs are brilliant.
Songs are great.
All co-written by Paul Williams.
Yeah.
And I think that the way that they use the songs to not so much tell the story, but to just have needle drops that are originals.
Oh, that's what Cody likes in music.
Don't
advance the story. Just sing and we'll
That's not necessarily true. I just think that it's very clever the way that they do it here.
Yeah. And the thing I keyed on this viewing more is that each song is taking from that original Winslow Leach song a little bit and then wrapping it in its like flavor of the week thing.
Right.
Because like there are lines and segments from the original, I can't remember the title of it right now, that original song he sings on the piano, which is kind of like the theme throughout the film, but like after you get the opening 50s number, which fucking rules, like the Juicy Fruits singing Carburetor, like it pops up in that too, like doing its little Beach Boys satire. But there are lines from that Phantom song in that too, and then back again when the Undead sing it at the end, the same three guys who are Juicy Fruits.
And I think that's exactly what you're talking about. Is I think one of the things that I think is so cool with the way that it critiques the music business, because there's a line that at one point, I think it's Swan that says that the Juicy Fruits are of the past. Or something like that.
Reflection of the past.
Reflection of the past, thank you. And then they just bring in the guys from the Juicy Fruits, but they're just dressed differently.
Yeah.
And Beef is now a singer, right?
Uh-huh.
It's just it's that shit, right? Where like somebody thinks that they know better than everyone else, and therefore they're the one that gets to be the final say in these things. Mm-hmm. When in reality, it's that no, you just are gonna juice the radio with the shit. And it's going to get on the air, and it's catchy, so people are going to sing it.
Like you're forcing pop.
Right, you're forcing the thing, right? And I think the music business is such a fascinating and weird and fucked up and stupid business. So when I see shit like this talking about the things that I think are just so funny to talk about with the music business, I love it. So this movie's just very, very, very much up my alley and things that I wanted to talk about.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
man.
Fuck yeah. What'd you guys think of it? I know, Curtis, I know you love it.
Yeah, you guys had not seen it?
Correct.
No, high on my list though because I love my Big Palma guy.
Big Palma guy.
Big fan of the Palma.
Brian if you will.
Brian
I guess get to your general thoughts.
I loved the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I just from the style of it, it's so unabashedly its own thing. And so like the scene where he's like auditioning acts and he's rotating around his big table and it's just like lights up.
His big vinyl desk.
Yeah, and then like no,
God,
lights
it's
out,
so
and then
good.
new thing. God, it's just shit like that. It's so cool, and the design of his office, just all of it. I'm like, God, this is just so its own thing. It's so entertaining. It's so cool to watch. Also, fun fact: the Paradise opened on my birthday
Oh.
in universe.
Really?
Yeah, because they show a calendar and they say it's Wednesday, December 11th.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
that Friday that it opens and beef
Amazing.
dies. My birthday.
You got the soul of beef in you.
Well, you're cursed then.
Well, we knew this, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I thought the music was great. I think it's really fun. I think it's weird. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I love the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like multiple. Obviously, it's Phantom of the Opera, but then like we get like some Dorian's Gray stuff,
Yeah.
and then you're doing there's this Faust thing. It's just like this is a lot. What's
One-
happening?
yeah.
It's very cool.
One also feeds on like the and I think this also bleeds into like what the movie does so interestingly is it feels like it's talking at the music business in a critical way by doing things like exactly what you're talking about, particularly with the Faust stuff, because it's like it bleeds into the whole Robert Johnson sold his soul at the crossroads, right, to become the best guitar player in the world. But then they're talking about but then there's also the stuff where it's like, but blues music is often derivative of itself, right? But then you have other people that came in and literally just stole songs or lyrics from blues musicians and then wouldn't own up to it and then would just pay off the blues musicians because they didn't want to have to fucking give away royalties. Zeppelin did that more than once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to Willie Dixon for lyrics. Jimmy Page, I think there's enough I think his arguments were that he wrote all the riffs, but like maybe Plant like might have stolen some lyrics. I don't even think they ended up fighting it out in court because I think he just threw fat checks at Willie Dixon and said, just go away.
Yeah. Would work for me.
Yeah, but point being, I just think that it's like they're. It feels like they're talking at everybody just at the music business and at all the executives that want to do all this stuff. I'm having trouble sorting my thoughts. There's just a lot.
We were concerned about the bottle.
me hitting.
You were having wild hand movements.
Because I'm just
No.
going like that.
We've been down this road, but I don't want to do this again.
I didn't break the first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm being
It was the
gaslit.
floor.
I'm being gaslit now.
The floor broke it.
Lucas, what are your general
That
thoughts?
is true.
I also love the shit out of this movie. Was not expecting any of it because I had
Oh, yeah.
no prejudice at all about it. So I turned this on, and I'm kind of like leaning back in my chair, just relaxed, like, okay, let's let this thing happen at me. And then by like 15 minutes in, I'm like, what is happening right now? And then also, like another movie that does cool shit for the sake of being cool.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's artistic value to what's his name? The main composer, our main guy.
Winslow
Leach.
Loach?
Winslow Leach.
Leach?
The way they like help him find his voice again and like make his voice a synthesizer.
A little Darth Vader in this.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's got the box that kind of does a thing with his voice. Like
Yeah.
I'm not entirely unconvinced that some of this didn't get into Darth Vader's design.
Yeah, you think so?
30 years
Do you think
before?
this maybe influenced Phantom of the Opera, the rock musical? Because that was after.
Had to have.
I mean, on some level,
Somehow.
it had to have at least given the idea. What if we did rock Phantom
Yeah,
like full out?
had to have.
Right, it's got to be in the summer.
Um,
I did have a question. Why so many birds?
Why so many birds?
Yeah.
In the film?
Yeah, like bird imageries, bird names, birds. Swan, phoenix.
I think it's all doing. Well, I think the Phoenix thing is supposed to be like the way the Phoenix tree is reborn, right?
no, yes,
And then I think the Swan is supposed to just be Swan. Is supposed to be Swan Song.
But did you hear that that's what it was called?
Yeah.
And they got sued by Zeppelin.
Oh no
Yeah.
shit!
It was Swan Song
And
Records.
there are some moments of like shitty, like matte,
Yeah, I've noticed that.
jittery matte
Yeah.
things in the movie because they had to like digitally go over like Swan Song stuff in the film.
Oh, like outside
Oh,
the big
yeah.
building,
Yeah.
like there. Okay,
Fascinating.
Where they replaced Death Records.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
supposed to be
Yeah,
Swan
because
Song.
that looked crappy.
Zeppelin sued them.
Because their publishing company or whatever is Swan Song Records.
Wow, someone should have looked at it. Someone should have looked
They
into
got
that.
Brian De Palma. I watched one pretty good interview with him about this film that's on the disc, the Shout Factory disc. He talked about how much they got sued into the ground over this movie.
Really?
And a lot of the Phantom stuff.
Wow.
By the estate of the author. Or?
He didn't outline it, but I'm sure I could.
I guess it would have to be the estate of the author,
they had
right?
to-
Yeah, but that'd have to be public domain by then.
they had to change the title a few
No.
times.
Ga-
and they
Really?
landed on Phantom of the Paradise.
Gaston Leroux wrote that in like
18 something.
yeah, but
I guess
And
if it
then
was.
also
it's
Birds of
life
Paradise.
plus 74
Oh, yeah.
is copyright in the
That's a
United
phrase.
States.
Huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it's life.
Had to give it to those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's life of the author plus
74 years.
I think, but at least that's the current law. I don't know what it was in
What it was then.
What
Oh,
it was
okay.
in 74. Excuse me.
Interesting.
Oh, is this the episode we finally get into Cody's thoughts on public domain?
we can get into it, baby.
Well, I brought up to Curtis. There's also the whole thing about Birds of Paradise.
Yep.
That's a magic card that I have. That's pretty expensive.
You have a Birds of Paradise?
Yeah, it's a
do.
mana dork. It's a.
I know what it is.
I have-
Come at me.
I have several.
You do?
You have
Yeah.
several
Where are you
Birds
getting
of
them?
Paradise?
Huh?
Where? What? What's that? What are they in? I want one.
No magic yet. Oh, I just wanted to and like
One more magic thing? Is that what you're
no.
gonna say?
One more little detail about the movie that I really loved: the fact that Leach keeps calling his piece cantatas, and we just want the songs.
Yeah, right.
You know, just like ripping
Right.
down his artistic value
Yeah.
out of the thing that he did.
Again, right? Like going back to what I was poorly stating earlier, right? It's like
No.
it's the way that the music business and the people that are the faces of the music business just for some reason think that they can just go mine, right?
Yeah.
Or this is the thing that we're gonna make everybody like, right?
Yeah.
Or try to make everybody like. It's just
And it's
makes
interesting.
me itchy.
it's interesting too because at the very end of the film, skipping ahead some talking points, Jessica Harper is Phoenix. Like the crowd at that last show or at the show where Beef dies is going insane the moment Beef dies. Like they're about to tear the fucking roof off this fucking place. And then she comes out singing the song as Winslow intended it, and they're just like enraptured. You know, they're chill. Yeah. Winslow's got the fucking spotlight, you know, and it's like, no, this is how it should work. Like if you just do it the way the artist intended, it can also work, you know, because the crowd's like having a great time listening to her sing this song beautifully. So it's like, I love that wraps up in a certain way.
Which I feel like is so often the story, right? Often with like film, like art in general, right? Where it's like some asshole puts their fucking nose into it and says, "Oh, you should do it like this," right? Or says, "No, we don't like that." Another one with the music business, like, well, we don't think that's really the single, right? We should think that should be like track like 3 or 4, right? Let's put this one as the single, right? And then often the other song is the one that's the big one, right? Fucking idiots.
But at the end of the day, you kind of need both of them.
You do.
You wouldn't have had the Paradise with all those people in there.
I'm being a little unfair.
No.
But I just think that this movie to me feels so critical of all of the things that I think are toxic about the music business, and I think they do it in such like a very just a very cool and intricate way for what this film is, right?
Yeah.
I think they do and say a lot in the hour and less than an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, and it's 51 years old now, so it's just kind of
Wow.
wild
Yeah.
how that works too.
Man, people used to make weird shit.
God damn.
Yeah, let's talk about other weird shit about this movie.
So
right?
Brian De Palma. Oh, did you have one?
No, go ahead.
Brian De Palma, one of the goats, one of the all-time fucking goats.
One of the goats.
What movie? I'm sorry. What movie is this in his like order of movies that he's
This is
been in?
Who?
this is before Carrie because Sissy Spacek actually worked on this film,
Wow.
and I think that
She was a
might
set painter.
yes, I
Wow.
think that was how
wow.
how Palma met her for
Cool.
this. When
I saw on Letterboxd uncredited one of the audition singers. Did you see this?
What was that?
Angeline
Oh no, I did not
Pink
see
Corvette,
that.
Angeline.
is in this movie.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, uncredited as one of the audition girls.
Wow.
I don't know how
wild.
truthful that is, but it's on Letterboxd.
This is definitely not number 2, but it is his second.
Oh, it's After Sisters, which he
Yeah.
wrote. I think
third kind of studio movie.
I read that he might have written this at the same time as Sisters.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because it's yeah.
Very early for him. No, not a lot in the studio Hollywood realm before that. But yes.
And just like taking people's teeth out.
Oh yeah.
Weird shit for weird shit's sake.
Apparently
In Sing Sing.
he had written that bit in a previous movie that the actor William Finley was also in. The like your teeth are the cause of rot, and there was like a whole bigger thing, and he took that from that movie and put it into this.
So Finley had to have his teeth taken out twice in a Palma movie.
I don't know what character he played in that other movie, but maybe
I think Finley's in Dress to Kill
he is.
too, right? Yeah.
Brian De Palma, the man seems to have never had a good time during an interview. But I was watching this interview, and he's talking about, and he knows you don't see the questions the guy's asking or woman, but he's just him talking, and he goes, "You guys have heard me talk about this before," and he's like, "I don't do coverage in my movies." He's like, any Tom, Dick, and Jane can just put the camera down, move the camera over, get the other side of it, get a wide. And he's like, that is not cinema. He's like,
Those are his words. That is not cinema.
Yeah, that is not. I wrote, it's not cinema.
You're supposed to show the same thing from 2 different angles at the same time.
You know,
That's cinema.
Oh, it fucking is. He's like, yeah, I still like that bit. He was talking about the split screen carburetor bit, but like, he might be going to an extreme on that facet. But you look at this movie and you just think of every shot. Every shot is fucking like doing something. Like it's even if the camera's stagnant, like he's blocking it according to how the room is laid out, according to how the actors should move around the space. Like it's just like, this is art. This is fucking art.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the truest form of cinema if you want to be granular like that.
Yeah, I loved like at the very beginning of the movie. What's that guy's like role? His like little number one man that's like shitty. Philbin.
Yeah.
The way he's talking to camera when the auditions are happening, and it's a pretty long time. We don't cut to Swan.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, oh, this is pretty cool.
So they can keep Swan hidden for a while.
Yeah.
And I love that the reveal of Swan is that that thing that we get, right?
White gloves.
White gloves, and then eventually short man, long blonde hair with bangs.
Yeah, I know. And the women love him.
And the women love him.
They went wild.
And all
They're fucking each other for him.
all of his stuff, all the Swan's areas are built to his height. You know, like the doors in his office, the doors in his mansion.
Oh,
I never
They're
noticed
all-
that. That's a good point.
They're all
I don't think I
only
clocked that.
his height.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
a
all
good point.
everyone's ducking in these fucking rooms.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice that.
I didn't either.
That's great. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and production design by Jack Fisk, legendary production designer, roommate of David Lynch in their early teen 20s years, and they were like making art together, like painting and shit.
Really?
Yeah, like Jack Fisk recently did Killers of the Flower Moon. You know, he's just like, this is like the guy. You know,
Wild.
That was a gorgeous movie.
Yeah, it really was a gorgeous
Yeah, it
movie.
was.
yep.
I think my favorite moment in this movie is the moment where Winslow gets his face disfigured in a record pressing plant machine, and the record that it's pressed that's being pressed is his song,
Yeah.
but recorded by the Juicy Fruits, right? It's just like it's just such a perfectly poetic fuck you at him, right? That like just fuels and makes that character just so fascinating. I love that they don't give us a great look at what it looks like, but they give us just enough.
Right. Because it probably didn't look awesome.
No.
It probably looked good, and it did look pretty good from
Yeah,
what we
you
saw.
see it pretty good at the end.
Yeah.
You get a pretty good look at it.
He probably also might not have been wearing, I don't know how much he wore of it, under the mask all the time.
Yeah, probably
you know,
True,
so,
right?
like-
Probably not a lot. I would
Probably
imagine.
tough to keep it consistent throughout the movie.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're cheating to the good eye a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which just looks cool, too.
Sure.
Also,
That
you
one.
probably can't see out of both at the same time.
Yeah,
the
no,
way that
probably
those
not,
things
yeah.
are.
I had that thought when he was writing his music. I was like, I'd take the mask off for this. You're alone. You can't see what you're doing.
That fucking mask is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
so
it's
cool.
so cool, and just cool for cool's sake. Oh yeah, that I thought looked like a bird beak. So I was
Yeah.
like, again, like something's going on with the birds.
Uh-huh.
A lot of birds up in here.
I honestly
Yeah.
just assumed Swan Song the whole time, and like
Yeah.
that it just was like, so the Swan Song is like the most perfect thing that you write, and the whole movie seems to be rooted in the most perfect thing that you can write, and then tarnish and make beautiful again. And
Yeah, it's probably just that. I don't know if there was some like old fairy tale thing I was missing.
Were you laughing at the scene when Swan is giving him his voice and he's just fucking with the board?
Yeah.
And
I laughed out loud when he goes, filters.
Dolby's, yes, Dolby's, yeah.
And he just phrasing faders, pushing buttons. Yeah, I did. I audibly laughed. I thought it was funny as shit.
It's very clever.
I was also looking in that control room like, ooh, this is like $6 million worth of stuff now. Like
Yeah.
all those old compressors and shit. I was like, oh, that's a lot of really cool
You
shit.
also did anybody else clock that like in this film you are just Swan?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't
Giant-
take advantage of people.
Philbin crushing down that door to take you out of here.
Kill him.
Guy in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, Rich Austin might be a scary guy.
Rich Austin is the worst thing that ever happened to humans.
Hey!
Maybe. That's not true.
Well, let's find
That's
out.
not true.
Let's find out.
Yeah,
Sign up for
listeners,
Patreon.
I'd be happy to find out.
We're already entering fascism.
Let's
but
find out.
Let's really see what fascism looks like
I should
when
start-
fascist farmer takes.
I should
power.
start a GoFundMe that's like, I just really want to be really rich and see what it's
I call
like.
to be your Philbin.
Yeah.
Deal.
Okay.
I want to be Winslow and drag in your pillow room.
Rejected. You're a beef.
Oh, yeah.
You're my beef.
What do you want me to be?
God. No, you're gonna be like my consigliere.
Okay.
Yeah, my right hand man. Especially if I'm a music mogul in this scenario.
Look, we shook on it. That's on
I
tape.
need a
Oh.
so go to my GoFundMe and donate so I can just be rich and
And
know what
we'll
that
build the
feels
Shud Paradise.
We'll bunt the Shed Paradise. If there's one criticism that I have of this film, it's that when they get into the deal with the devil shit, it gets real real convoluted.
I'm very confused
Sure.
as to like when he's looking at the third person foot or the tapes of. I'm like, what are we looking at?
I went to Wikipedia to I didn't miss something, right? It's
Yeah.
because it's like that, and then straight into then he's giving everyone else deals. So I'm like, is he the devil and he's just making all these, or is he somehow transferring his deal onto them? And then I was like, no, okay. But yeah, it got confusing to me for a minute.
It's the only thing about this movie that I think is not tight.
Yeah.
Because if there's too many threads with that.
Yeah. Because then, like you said, you're watching. Winslow's watching the film, which then somehow also becomes real time.
Yeah.
Then he's watching current events, things that happened that morning.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, yes, this is so stupid. Give me that. This doesn't make any sense. And so that does not fully hold up or work, but it's still
You know what?
delightful.
I wasn't bothered by it though. I was confused, but I didn't care.
I was confused, but then I realized oh no, it's simpler than it seems, and I was like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't care.
The reveals do work really well in that when Winslow kills himself, tries to, you're like, oh shit, and he's like, oh, he can't do it, and then when he stabs fucking Swan, you're like, oh god. He's like, I'm under contract too. What?
Yeah.
What's happening? Those reveals work really well for me.
It's chaos. They work really well, but it's what are we doing here?
You almost wish they didn't explain it. If he had a video or something that he, Dorian
Sure.
Gray-ish, where he had to watch every day, but like a Dorian Gray thing, and it didn't necessarily get into seeing him make his deal with the devil, and it just was like a more abstract thing.
Yeah.
That probably could have worked.
Because the whole
little
movie's
better.
so vibey and artistic and abstract. I don't need hard rules here.
Yeah.
We can dance around the lore a bit. I'm fine.
Yeah, we do get Paul Williams in a short hair wig in the bath. So
Oh, he looks so weird.
he's so
I did not enjoy short hair Paul Williams in the bath.
I'm so beautiful. I can't age.
Just you
yeah.
You're a little imp.
you look both older and younger. I don't understand.
Yeah. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Jessica Harper. This is her.
Suspiria.
Yeah, this is her kind of big breakout.
Suspiria. She's
Oh,
the
oh, oh.
lead in
I
Suspiria.
didn't know.
She had a great career.
I thought you
Yeah.
were saying
I looked her
Dos
up.
Birria, like you wanted
Two birria tacos.
2 birria tacos.
I mean,
But also,
great.
go get me those.
She also, did you guys notice? I did not notice because it was pointed out to me. One of the things I just watched for this, she's a backup singer in all the bands.
She is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And hardly, they're not giving her shots or anything, but she's a backup singer to the surfer guy Juicy Fruits. She's a backup singer to the Undeads when they're on pulling body parts off screen. She gets a couple brief camera moments, but
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be because that's Swan technically keeping up his part of the agreement
to use her. But
right?
she's not featured.
No.
Shifty Swan.
I know. I
You
like
can never
that.
trust a swan.
Goddamn record man.
I always say. Never trust a swan.
Yep.
So
They got teeth.
Pappy, they do. They have 10,000 teeth.
Paul Williams also says that, he credits this movie for a lot of his future success because it was such a cult hit, that this movie is the reason why he was on the Daft Punk album.
Yeah, really?
Because those guys met at a Phantom of the Paradise screening.
Did they really?
Yes.
Really?
That's
Is that
what
why
he's,
they do the helmets?
that's Paul Williams
That's
says.
crazy.
They met there. Yeah.
That's
you
crazy.
You mean the Daft Punk guys and Paul Williams?
No.
The two Daft Punk guys.
Daft Punk guys
So
met
we
at a
have Daft
screening.
Punk because of this movie.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's
no
awesome.
shit.
That
I didn't.
rules.
That's wild. What was the first part of that? With the first part of that statement with
Don't
Paul,
repeat it. He doesn't get to know.
with Paul Williams.
Well, you'll have to listen to the
He
show.
credits a lot of his future success with the cult hit
Got
nature
it.
of
Okay.
this movie.
Got it.
Because then Guillermo del Toro comes to him and he writes a song for Pan's Labyrinth.
Did he?
I guess.
Which one?
I should
There
know
was a
that
song in
better.
Pan's Labyrinth?
There's that lullaby thing.
Yeah.
Did he write that?
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, that shit's amazing.
Fucking maybe. It
Guy's
might have been
amazing.
him.
He
But-
wrote Rainbow Connection
Co-wrote it. Yeah.
with Kermit, right?
Yes.
Why?
It's okay because
No,
it's in a
don't
puppet.
bleep- don't-
It's in a Muppet
no,
voice.
no,
they aren't
no,
real people.
no.
They don't have rights, Cody.
you-
They're Muppets.
Hey.
You asked for this category. I don't know how we're not supposed to do any of these
It's funny.
songs.
Yesterday I was
nightmare.
thinking to myself,
It's a nightmare.
what have I done?
Have I fucked myself royally right now?
I know.
Did I just make it all worse? Did he?
We're doing research.
Here we
Hold
are.
for research.
When-
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out what this song is that he.
Probably the only one not in Spanish.
No.
Or is it that he's the one? He's involved in the stage musical they're trying to develop
They're doing a stage musical.
of Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, they're
I
trying
want to see
to.
the
that.
shit out of that.
Maybe that's
That
what
could
it
be
is.
really cool.
No
if you do like
idea.
weird puppet shit.
That'd be great.
It'd be super fun.
Uh huh.
I want to play Pan.
Yeah, he's writing a musical based on Pan's
Okay, there we
Labyrinth
go.
with Guillermo.
Then that is at least
That's
that's
wild.
Oh,
That's
but
very old news, though.
That's interesting. The music is by Gustavo Santaolalla.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Nope.
Sound it out.
Dudamel?
Gustavo Fring, the
No.
chicken guy.
The guy that did The Last of Us music. Gustavo.
Oh, yeah,
Gustavo.
Oh,
yeah.
Ringagading. That's how you pronounce that. Yeah, Ringagading. Santa Oyala. No.
See?
Yeah, Santa Oyala.
Show me.
Santa Oyala.
Gustavo. Santa Olaya.
Santa Olaya.
Santa Olaya.
Santa
Yeah.
Olaya.
Santa Olaya.
I don't feel like that's right.
Santa Olaya.
I don't feel like that's
Santa Olaya.
We're closer. Maybe.
Santa-
Warmer?
Santa Olaya.
Colder.
Santa Olaya.
Colder.
Santa Olaya. I'm looking at it, Dick. Santa Olaya.
This movie is produced by Ed Pressman, who went on to produce The Crow. So there's
Oh, there we go.
that. He did. Ed Pressman produced a lot of
Absolute what Cody's gonna look like
What?
in like 10 years.
movies. Like 10 years.
I mean, I'm cool with that. Can I look like him with the glasses? Though we're looking at pictures of Gustavo
No.
Santa Olaya.
Santa Olaya. Damn, that's hard to say.
It looks like
is.
it looks almost like a healthy golem there.
That's like if it all worked out for
He is
Gollum.
strikingly close to
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
That's if
Yeah.
Gollum didn't find the ring.
Yeah.
He's that.
If Gollum didn't kill his cousin.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Do we have a favorite song in this film?
To be honest,
something
I've
to do.
seen it the one time.
Yeah.
Nothing sticks out where I'm like humming it and can really say. So my answer is no, but I enjoyed all the music.
I like the beef number a lot.
The beef number's
number
good.
is
Life at
great.
Last. That's that's what made it into the Be1 Fest trailer.
Yeah.
Life at
The
Last.
beef
bit.
number's probably my
Yeah.
favorite. The opening of it's so sick, too.
I
It's so
know.
rock and roll.
They're
Yeah.
cutting people's arms off with the
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Now, what I can't remember is because this is before or after Rocky Horror, because
What year?
Before.
70?
This is before.
Is it before?
I'm going to say it's before.
it's
What
a
year?
year before.
Yeah.
A year before.
Yeah, because it's
Oh, there
interesting
was
'cause-
something in the air.
because the shit that like specifically the beef stuff and
But
that performance.
Rocky Horror was a musical first.
Yes, it was.
So actually,
that's
it was,
right.
It was probably.
I was gonna say because like the beef stuff and that performance, real Rocky Horror.
very meatloaf.
Yeah, very meatloafy.
Yeah.
I think my favorite song is probably that, and then the not Crocodile Rock from the beginning.
Yeah, the,
Yeah.
the juicy fruit
Yeah,
droppy
so
thing.
good.
It's so good.
Like, what the fuck?
yeah, yeah.
And it's like, this shouldn't work, but it's because Paul Williams is like, he's like, I know what I was doing. He's like, we were satirizing each of these trends, but I also love all those styles of music.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, there are cheap versions of it, but I love it. So like, let's make
It's
good
like
shit.
It's like the songs in Walk Hard.
Yeah.
Like they're perfect parodies of like the times they're supposed to be, but they're also just fucking banger songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yes.
That's a good way of comparing them. Yeah.
Yeah.
How we feel about this film?
I'm ready
Time
to
to
rate.
rate this
I'm
bitch?
ready to rate this bitch.
Time to rate it. I give this film double mint gum because fuck juicy fruit. I love this. This is one I definitely want to watch again and again because the first time it just hits you like this truck. And so there's a lot I want to sort of dive in. I want to get more familiar with all the songs. Just great, man. It's just a good reminder of like how cool shit can be if you just let people kind of just do weird stuff. And especially someone like De Palma. I mean, oh my God. I think that's the only reason it works so well is because it's through his lens and it's just compelling to watch. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this movie with a lot of other directors is not interesting, but he makes it so interesting always.
Yep.
I give this movie 1 dead predatory record executive. It speaks so much about all of the things that I think people should be critical of in the music business. Obviously, it's not like anything new, right? This is shit we're all privy to. I just think that they do a really creative and neat job of turning that into a really fun musical experience. It's just like zany and weird and just fucking rules. Just fucking rules.
I'll give this carburetors, man,
Did anybody steal your shit?
because that's what life's about. This movie is what life's about for me. Love it to death.
For once, we didn't steal your shit, Lucas?
No, I think there's too much good stuff to pull from. So I'm going to give this movie a set of silver teeth. Because it's just cool as shit.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Hell yeah.
Because
Just
grills
real-
are cool.
Yeah, just because actual silver teeth are cool. Grills aren't cool. Actual silver teeth.
Yeah, getting them removed and replaced with silver. Hell yeah.
Showcast approved.
Yes.
Yes.
Emphatic yes.
Wow, one of the big highlight for the show in the recent weeks and months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also a good party movie.
It is.
It's a great
good
great
party
one to
movie.
put
Yeah.
on in the background.
Yeah.
Jess had not. We had just started dating. Jess hadn't seen this, and I hadn't seen Hedwig in the Angry Inch, and so we had a night where we doubled them back to back, and it was
Oh,
one of
wow.
the best fucking nights ever. 'Cause I'm like, wow, this movie's a masterpiece, Hedwig, and she's like, wow, this movie's a masterpiece, Phantom. So do that double.
That sounds
Works
great.
really
Ooh, all right.
Sounds like a hot night.
I believe that for movie number 2 on no, for the last fucking time, we can't sing Prince on the fucking show. Horror musicals.
It is my
Curtis's pick.
turn. It is my turn. Be interesting how many fucks get into that title too, because I think one extra one made it into that.
I think, well, it's not going to be consistent. We're just going to be honest. I'm
It's a
mostly
delight.
stupid.
I didn't have too hard a time with this pick. I mostly vacillated between 2 titles the whole time. I thought I was going to pick one, and then I actually changed my mind the other night because I think one of you might pick that one. Maybe, I don't know. But maybe you guys won't pick this one. So we're going to watch The Lure.
The Lure.
Yeah, we're
Is
gonna-
that
Okay.
the mermaid one?
the Polish mermaid movie from just a handful of years ago.
That's a
Fuck
musical?
yeah.
That's a fucking musical.
I did not know that was a musical. Wow.
Yes.
When you said I was waffling between 2, I was like, I was probably same 2 for me. No, it's not the same 2.
One of the others is probably is the same one.
Yeah,
for
I'm
you.
sure.
But
Kurki Dancingu.
This, I have seen this.
Isn't this thing horny as fuck?
Gurki
yeah.
Dancingu. It's horny?
It's pretty horny. It's horny. It's musicy.
man.
I
It
almost
is-
watched this recently, actually. Yeah.
It's got a Criterion disc, which is hilarious. So
Wow, The Lure.
we're gonna watch the lore.
What a curveball.
No.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. I didn't even know this was an option.
No,
Okay.
I thought I had all of them. in my head.
It does come up if you Google the subgenre.
Wow. All right, watch The Lure. Is this available for streaming?
It is. It is on Criterion Channel. It is, I believe, in a couple other free places. You can find it pretty easily.
Wonderful. So go find and watch The Lure. And join us next time on this show. And in the meantime, join that Patreon. Say hi on Discord. We'll chat. We'll talk about stuff. And then you get to watch the minis, like the one we're about to record after this. So until then, we love you. Bye. Bye.
I want to sing so bad.
Why?